Raw is this is the season premiere of Raw. They're at the Barclays Center, so they're in Brooklyn, New York. And then, of course, backstage, we start off with Road Dogg, X-Pac, Shawn Michaels talking in the back. You know, like,
where's Billy Gunn?
Oh, he's over there.
I know, dear. I'm being
scissor me, Daddy.
Please. I was hoping. Why did I say that? Because I was hoping you didn't do that.
No, I'm gonna claim fans. these things to happen. I'm the only
one
who
said something smart too. I forgot what he said.
Say what?
Corey Graves had a smart as a comment, but I forgot what he said.
Oh, he said something and he was like, "I'm gonna get in trouble for that tomorrow." We couldn't hear what he said.
He was they was just back to talk about getting ready for it, and he said, "Hey." The question is, are you ready? And looked over at the gorilla position. Triple H did with the headset, like, guys, look, I understand it's 25 years, and I really want to, I will do this, but look, hey, I'm in charge of stuff now. We got sponsors. Look, you can't say the voter said penis. Oh, we have to say penis, and then the X was like, no, we can say. And then cursed him out. He was like, he started doing the whole F-bomb joint that the Dick used to do, and then Shawn Michaels said, oh, wait a minute. As Shawn Michaels doing cursing, he says, and first of all, we need to find out is who put all them cocks on your desk. So, so he says, you don't need to stop, because he said, and it was like all these rubber chickens right across Triple H's desk. And then Triple H gets frustrated before cursing, and then he picks up the rubber chicken. Shawn Michaels said something about, you're the first one to grab the cock by the throat or something like that.
Oh,
and then they walked off.
Really got it. The immature comedy.
Because that's DX for you, right?
It's DX.
And they just so fucking old. You know what I'm saying?
They really are at this point. What did Road Dogg call him? The geriatric X?
Yeah. So Roman's music comes on. He come out, you know how cute for get we the ones.
Oh yeah.
So they come out and it's all of them, Paul Heyman and the Uso, Solo, and Sami Zayn.
Honorary Oos.
Yeah. So of course Roman does, Brooklyn, acknowledge me type stuff. And then he says, look, my father told him the loudest in the room is also the weakest in the room. If you're the weakest in this room and part of this bloodline, then that makes you a fool. Jay, are you a fool? And this, I'm telling you, I be feeling these bloodline segments. And Jay sneers. He's like, he looking up like, what? And Sam says, oh, let me kind of hear Roman. He says, look, and Paul Heyman about to flip out, but then Roman just looks at him. He's like, I'm sorry, my tribal chief. And he backs down. And he holds up his fingers, and then Zayn tells Ray, he said, Friday, Jey Uso, it's his problem. He says, as honorary Us, I love to handle this whole situation. And then Roman just he thinks about it. I was like, you know what? Yeah, he sits back on the rope and says, you know what? Let Sammy handle this. And he walks up to Jay and says, look, they all love Jay, and Jay's sitting there looking like, yo, cuz, look, so seriously, for real, no, fuck this wrestling shit. Yo, that's how Jey Uso was selling this joint. And I was just like,
are you okay?
He wasn't even calling him Uso. He was like, hey, yo, cuz, so seriously, you good with this? He said, you see what he's doing right now? Yo, we failed. He was getting swolled up. And she was like, oh, calm down. He said, look. You gotta say something like, you're doing all the spitball, it's not the direction of the butt. He says, hey, look at Jimmy. Everybody loves Jimmy. Everybody probably he smiles and everything. Everybody loves Jimmy. Look at Solo. Everybody he's a powerhouse. He's cool.
He's a powerhouse.
And he's cool. And he said, yeah. Everybody like, so he was trying to give him the correct the leg, I'm telling you. And then he says, but Jay, he says, you're not really you're just so furious. See, and and you're not that cool like everybody else is. You need to be more cool. Jay looks pissed off at this point, like, yo, I'm about to slap the shit out this boy right now. And then Reigns and then he stares off at Roman like, you let him talk to me like this? And Roman talk about something. Don't look at me.
Oh shit.
And Jay says, oh, yo, This gotta be a joke, right? So as say about to say something else, you hear bro. So Matt Riddle comes down. He says, "You shouldn't be talking about Friday, bro. You should be talking about Saturday. The way I made Seth Rollins tap out in the fight pit." Or said so, and then so of course they got this. What's that thing that they say? Q
Yeet.
yeet.
Yeah.
Yeet. What about what we eat?
That's what they be saying in the bloodline. Like that's their shit.
Now y'all know y'all too old to still be running around talking about some yeet.
Can somebody give me the backstory? Yeet, please.
It's
It's something from social media.
Yeah.
It's usually like when you snatch something away from somebody, you go yeet.
yeet. The children say it. That's how they know they too old for this shit. That's something that our son and his friends would say.
Mm-hmm.
So Rose says he knows he had a stipulation where he couldn't challenge Reigns for a title again, but how about one more time in New York? And Reigns is like, what? And then he asks Brooklyn if Riddle should get a title match chance tonight. And then he said, nah, a deal's a deal. So then, but that's what Jey Uso was like, hold on, man. Honorary Uce? He going to talk about a good time for you to step up to the plate now. What you going to do? You going to let him talk to you like that? So Sam was like, you know what? As a matter of fact, he's not going to talk to me like that.
Yo.
No.
You gotta chill with the Sammy voice, man.
Peep this, though. Sammy reminds me, in the bloodline, how Mr. C doing Abbey Elementary. That's what he That's what he reminds me of. That's how this whole thing is coming across.
Jacob.
This joint is cracking me the hell up.
We're in your area. Yes.
Because he keeps saying dog. It shows me so hilarious.
Hey, my dogs.
Yeah. And he knows he's doing this shit like that on purpose.
I don't know how to keep a straight face.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how is Jay and Solo not cracking up?
They be trying to hold it in. Every now and then they crack a little bit, but they be trying to be stone faced. Like, I swear Jay be watching listen to like a lot of like hood shit before he come out and stay angry. He got to be doing this.
He in the back to the DMX.
Like straight up, like I come out there to be mad. He's got to come out there to be mad. He's got to come out there to be mad.
I expect you to bark.
So he said, Jay says, you know, Zay's step up to the plate. Okay, yeet, my dog.
Y'all are killing me with this yeet. I didn't know this was a thing.
And then, so Will started saying it, and Zay said, "You think that's funny?" He said,
"You're not allowed to say yeet. That's our word."
Yeah,
I'm like, "Oh my god,
y'all, please chill."
It was like yeet, and this, and Zay said, "Oh, you can't say that. It's a bloodline thing. You're not family. You're not an oos. You're not one of us." Okay.
He was like, "You're not Uzi." What did he say?
He said, "You're not Uzi."
No. He told Jay Uso. He was like, "You're not being very Uzi right now." Yo, Sami Zayn is a fucking.
I always miss these segments, bro.
I do. It's a start. I think you was either taking out your hair. Or you was watching the podcast or something like that. I don't know, but I was like, this show was hilarious. And then he was like, "Yo," Jay was like, "Yo, Riddle low key disrespecting him." You know what I'm saying? So so what you gonna do about this? So he challenged him to a match in Brooklyn tonight. Do you accept? And Riddle was like, yeet. And then that's how the segment ended.
He listen.
Yo, I'm telling you, I'm gonna shed a thug tear when this joint is over. They beat the shit out of Zay.
I know.
When they beat the shit out of Zay, I'm going to shed a thug tear. I'm just like, it's going to be over because I know. But I'm just saying, when that joint happens,
you know what's going to make it worse?
What's going to make it worse?
When somebody put the Celine Dion over it on YouTube, like they do everything else.
Yeah, it's going to be bad. It's going to be. I'm gonna cry.
It's going to be worse than the Festival of Friendship.
Oh man. Damn, I forgot all about that.
I remember that too. That was a good segment also.
Why is my name on the list?
Yeah.
Like, oh, God.
Austin Theory versus Johnny Gargano is the matchup next. Mm-hmm. These two obviously are having their thing in the way. They have a pretty decent matchup. Honestly, I had this match on in the background because I was part of a Mario Kart tournament, so I was doing that.
I was watching a podcast. I was watching it.
I was
all I
cooking
know
dinner.
I did was sing the Johnny Gargano song.
Yes, but
You still hate him, Q?
Nah.
I said no. He on the main roster. He ain't got no title shots yet. Now if next week he come out talking about
He ain't earned it.
Gargano versus Reigns for the championship.
I'm about to say, yeah. If I really got to keep that energy, Seth Rollins, I should be pissed at
Seth Rollins,
because he definitely lost.
He's been getting his ass beat just all over the place. Let that man have a W.
But Gargano does his he used to do this with Aleister Black all the time. He dove through the ropes and catches him and do a 20 on DT to the outside. Mm-hmm. He did it with Theory and hits the one final beat for the win. So Gargano wins the matchup. It was a good matchup, and I don't think the main roster ever seen the dive through the ropes 20 on DT, but we have. Next up is Rey Mysterio taking on Chad Gable with those. Just another matchup to put Mysterio in there. Mm-hmm. Mysterio hits the 619 and the sing slot splash on Gable for the victory. But after that, Dominic Mysterio comes out.
Of course.
And he's sitting there and he's beating his dad. I was sitting there. I was just like, yo, I am really tired of Ray getting bitched by Dominic right now.
I'm like, is the spirit of Eddie Guerrero going to come and smack him upside his head or something? Like come on, bro. Because
I understand that they're trying to build this into WrestleMania. I know they want to do Dominic versus Ray at WrestleMania.
No, thank you.
I don't think I could take this all the way to WrestleMania.
Exactly.
I'm saying they got to do an injury angle. So then he's sitting there like, hit me. They start speaking in Spanish. Stuff like that. You know.
Yes, listen to people argue in Spanish.
Yeah. And then and Ray looked so conflicted. And then I was like, "Yo, Ray, do it."
Please.
He turns
away.
Knock
him in the throat.
Yeah. Well, he turns away. Dominic run up to this man and just blast him right in the back. He go fall on the ropes. I'm like, "Yo, I hope you don't injure. Whoop his ass." Like I really get into it.
Yes, like really beat him down.
Like Ray come out there and he holds him to go do the 619 and. The crowd chants, "You suck, Dominic."
Because he does.
Yeah.
Because he does. No. Why is he here? I won't keep saying it. Yeah. Why are you here, Dominic? Send his ass back to NXT. He ain't know you would send his ass to NXT.
He said, well, look, I'm telling you right now, he's coming into his own with this whole Judgment Day stuff.
That's cool. I hope we don't have to watch this all until WrestleMania. And if they do have a match at WrestleMania, I hope Ray kicks his ass.
I think that's what's going to be. I think, well, right now, the best way you got to do it is take Ray out. Give him some time off. Then Ray comes in and eliminates Dom at the Royal Rumble. Because right now, the Judgment Day, which I'm about to talk about, is about to get into another feud. Because as they were all in the ring after the commercial break, because Mysterio's going, it's just the Judgment Day, and then Finn Balor talked about how he made Edge quit and all stuff like that, and then after that they watched the footage of her beating down Beth Phoenix, and then he wants to call out old Uncle Alan, AJ Styles,
not old Uncle Alan.
Yeah, so
all right, pinhead ass.
So AJ comes down there, and Balor wants off AJ an ultimatum, but Balor because AJ says, he's really coming down. I'm not here to argue with you, Balor. Okay. Styles gets in the ring and says, Balor, you're right. Everything that ever needed was standing right in front of him, and then he said, "I've waited far too long." Gets down on one knee, like he about to play at Judgment Day. And if Finn Balor, gives him a hug and everything. And then he was just like, but I wasn't talking to you. And it looks like AJ just like, what? And then you hear the Good Brothers music go off. Mm-hmm. So here come Gallows and Anderson coming down there. And Finn Balor's looking like, oh no.
Can we stop? You got to
There was so much cussing in this segment. My TV, I thought my phone was acting up. I'm like, no, these Negroes is cussing. And then Dominic, you hear the F-bomb drop. I'm like, okay. Before he got clocked in his jaw.
Oh yeah, because he was saying Dom to set up in front of Judgment Day, talking all this shit, and Luke Gallows just said,
somebody need to do it.
laid his ass out, and then they started brawling. So the OC is back. And I'm like, look, I like Gallows and Anderson. I don't know what they're gonna do with Anderson as being a champion in New Japan right now, but the OC is back. And like they're going to be feuding with the Judgment. That's going to be their new feud, moving away from Edge and Mysterio a little bit, because you got to get a chance to breathe a little bit before we come back to Mysterio. Be like, all right, Dom, whoop your ass at
please
at WrestleMania. So it's great to see them back. Byron Saxon's backstage with Bayley talking about, so after that loss, did this set back Damage Control? You know, and then of course Io Sky and Dakota Kai were backstage and says, look. You know, and they set us back enough that he said we was having nothing until Bayley holds gold she rightfully deserves. And Io Sky said something in Japanese.
I want to care more about Damage Control.
I agree.
I don't, though.
I do agree on that also. Roman Reigns is leaving the arena with Paul Heyman and Sosa Cole, and Jay Cole talk about some, you got to handle, you know what I'm saying, you got to be here with Honorary Uce. And then he said, whatever Sammy does, Jay got to be there. And then he says, but I want you to make sure that my Honorary Uce wins his match tonight. And Jay looks, he said, all right, man, come on, Solo. He said, no, Solo come with me. And then he just gets into the joint and just drives off. We get Bayley taking on Candice LeRae.
He Jay-Z'd him from State.
He damn sure
You
did.
like my haircut? I'm having a whole conversation with you right
now. Exactly. I listen to shit you saying right there. Bayley taking on Candice LeRae. They had a matchup. Bayley hits a Rose plan, but Candice LeRae counters for a roll up and pins Bayley, and Candice LeRae wins the match. I'm like, Bayley lost back to back now, so now they piss. Mm-hmm. Dakota Kai and Io Sky come down, start beating up Candice LeRae. Then here come Bianca. She come down there just get her ass kicked. And I was just like, Bianca, you ain't really got shit to prove. You took up all out by yourself on Saturday, okay? So, but now they just beat them down and had another standover type thing. So,
of course.
Honestly, I was trying to say Damage Control, but y'all gotta do it better. You gotta have a better way to do it. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. Mrs. Backstage, he gets a present from Maurice. Maurice is sitting there just looking. Maurice.
With them things stanging.
Thank you.
All the things be thanging with Maurice all the time.
The things, I was like, I ain't trying to get in trouble. I'm saying, but look.
I commend her for her things still thanging after
them things was thanging. Okay. Them Jones was just.
She ain't breastfeeding. Ain't no way.
Them Jones was to sit on the table just looking at you. Just like. There it is. You know what I'm saying? Back and forth. They were sitting there. So they go in there for the Miz birthday celebration. Let me just say it right now. Pointless segment. Wasn't needed. It wasn't needed. She got him 2 balls.
There's always at least one.
And she botched the cake.
Yeah.
How you botch falling in the cake?
Because Dex Loomis was under the table, and when Mr. the President off, you see Dex Loomis' head. And then he puts it back on, try to smash it, but then Dex Loomis appears from behind him and texts him is like he said, Maurice botches fall into the cake, and everybody's like, eat the cake, eat the cake, eat the cake, which could mean so many things. But
absolutely.
But he did eat a piece of the cake, and the crowd cheered. But we gotta come to I'll wrap this shit
up.
What's
happening? Like, what's going on?
Where's the special idea? Wrap this shit up, B.
Yes.
Well, he has a match next Monday.
Miz and Dexter Loomis?
Mm-hmm.
Look at the Lord.
And if Dexter wins, which he will, he gets his contract. Now, I think there's going to be I think they're going to find a loophole because Road Dogg made the match, and technically, you don't work there. You're not allowed to make matches. So, we'll see. Because Sean did say if he wins, he gets a match. I mean, he gets a contract.
Okay.
But Road Dogg made the match, period. He was like, well, how about you and him have a match next week?
I think Road Dogg is back.
Is he?
Yeah.
He came back
he's back in. Yeah, all right,
okay. Because even Corey Graves was like, I don't know if Road Dogg can make that match. Like,
yeah. Well, we gonna see how it happens. 2-on-1 handicap match. It's Robert Adams and Joseph Torres taking on Omos.
Y'all can't even give him like some names. Y'all just straight up. What's the name on your ID? All right. The fuck.
Omos just come out there and just wreak havoc, and then there it is. So the end. I'm like, so Lashley's coming up, and then Lashley makes his way to the ring. He says, like, look, Brooklyn, I told you I won't be a fighting champion for you. He said, I have defeated some of the best in the business, Drew McIntyre, Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, and now Seth Rollins. I mean, that had to be Seth Rollins, who thinks it's okay to sneak up on him. Rollins thinks he got a fair shot at United States champion. And all of a sudden, Brock Lesnar music off.
Like,
and I was saying, like, Farmer Brock? He got him off the ranch?
To New York for this?
He got him off the ranch on a Monday? And I'm just like, so Bobby is staring him down with a little puny United States Championship. And then I was just like, shit. It's like, y'all know what I love Bobby. But he ain't winning this damn match.
Hell no.
Because first of all, he won the first one. Bobby ain't beat Brock twice. And Brock ain't losing to Roman at SummerSlam and they come back to lose to Bobby. It ain't happening like that. So Brock comes to the ring, and then Lesnar picks up the microphone and says, well, holy shit. Good evening, Brooklyn. And he says, good evening, Bobby. F5 to Bobby Lashley. Gives him an F5. Then picks him up. He gives him a German suplexes. Why does Lashley take them German suplexes?
He takes them suplexes so... But I ain't even see him. But every time I see him take a suplex from Brock, he takes it so bad.
Like, why is he falling that show? Like, I don't understand why he does, like... I don't know if it's...
Does it hurt to fall on your back for him?
I mean,
like, maybe.
Maybe.
Well, like Roman said, Brock works stiff. And he said it'd be a little pain. But hold on now. We got an MMA fighter in Bobby also. But I'm just saying, but the way, like, it seemed like, it's kind of like, if anybody ever watched Ric Flair wrestle back in the day, he never took a shoulder back toss on his back.
I'm thinking,
but that was due to his back injury from the helicopter accident.
It might hurt his back. Maybe there's something that it might not be wrestling related.
Yeah.
Where he has some kind of back issue where he like, I'm not taking this on my back.
Yeah.
But the last time you fucked your arm up like that.
Exactly. And I need you, Bobby. So he did that. He gave some more suplexes. Then another F5 that put a Kimura lock on him. And then he walks off. So then meanwhile,
can you imagine it? My man showed up for 55 seconds just to beat your ass and then leave.
I know, disrespectful shit.
Disrespectful.
Then here goes Seth Rollins coming out there, trying to get the match going, and then the referee trying to get Bobby out there. He said, come on, Bobby, be a man. So Bobby shakes it off, and he's like, all right, we're going to do this match. Bobby goes for a spear, Seth Rollins turns to a pedigree. Covers him, Bobby kicks out. And then he tries to go for a curse, gets out the way. Bobby hits a spear. So he's like, Bobby, like, I'm still be in this joint. So they have about a 3, 4, 5 minute matchup where you thought Seth Rollins would come out there and squash him, but then eventually Seth Rollins works on his arm and then hits the curb stomp on him and wins the match. Because they did have Bobby Lashley kicking out a couple of times, but Seth Rollins was hitting the big moves on the frog splash and the pedigree and all that stuff like that. So he was kicking out. But you knew he was probably going to win it because obviously Lesnar don't need the United States Championship. Bobby probably should be going for the Roman title, to be honest. Yeah. But obviously this is going to be a match in Saudi Arabia because Bobby Lashley calls out Brock Lesnar next week. And look, fans are behind Brock. As soon as he comes there, that makes Bobby the automatic heel. Bobby, I love Bobby Lashley to death. Like I said, he's been a little bit stronger on the microphone a little bit, but I'm like, yo, is there a way to just dump this MVP shit with Omos and put him back with Lashley?
He needs a mouthpiece.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, or let this loss of Lesnar humble Bobby and get him back to the almighty, you know, Bobby
I was about to say, yeah, because somebody got cleared for wrestling. So I mean, if they want to bring him back,
You talking about Goldberg?
hell no. I'm talking about Leo Rush for a mouthpiece. We were talking about mouthpieces.
He did tease that a while ago. I don't know what happened though.
I don't know what the fuck going on with Leo
Who,
Rush.
Goldberg teased the return, or are you talking about Leo Rush?
Leo Rush.
No, I don't know.
Okay.
So we have a Bray Wyatt video that cuts into the feed and talks about reveal in what you are with that whole black foam mask.
Rebel.
On. Rebel.
You
Rebel.
are killing me with the black foam mask.
That's what the mask.
That's creepy.
Also, Elias returns next week. Just happens.
It's tapings, bro. Gotta be. That man come back without a beard. I feel ripped off.
He probably gonna have like the fullest shot, kind of like the Anthony Anderson, but not fully like the Elias yet.
No.
The man been gone for the sea. The man been gone about 6-7 weeks. You can grow a beard in 6-7 weeks.
Maybe I need to refresh him. He can keep the beard because he look weird without it. But
look,
do something else with him.
Well, we too much about to show his version of Elias. It ain't Ezekiel.
Oh my God, bro! We could never talk about that again, and it'd be too soon. It didn't happen.
Matt Riddle takes on Sami Zayn. This matchup got some time because it was actually the main event matchup. Jey Uso kicks Riddle on the side of the head early in the match, and Sami Zayn's like, "Hey, I got this, bro. You want me to show off and do this myself? Well, I got this."
Yeah, you said I don't need you.
I don't need you. So I mean, they do have the back and forth matchup. Then there's one point where Riddle tosses Sami to the outside and does the floating bro to the outside to Sami Zayn, and it gets him back in there. Zayn, he gets Blue Thunder Bomb. I love to see the Blue Thunder Bomb. He gets out of it, but then out of nowhere, it hits Sami Zayn with an RKO and wins the matchup. And then he was like, Jay was like, no, don't help him, don't check on him. That's what he wanted.
Yeah.
But even though Roman said, make sure my honorary Uso wins, so somebody gonna have to do some explaining. Ooh. And Jimmy gonna be like, yo, it ain't me, cause I'm cool with homeboy with our handshake. We good. The Generation X makes their way to in a tank. They just come out to the ring to do their whole Raw, they do their whole DX thing. Nobody comes out, nobody attacks her because Triple H has a heart problem, so don't do that.
Please don't.
Yeah.
Please don't.
They, give a shout out to China. They also give a little shout out to Billy Gunn.
They did.
Yeah, he's usually like, it's the Royal Jesse James. He's put the microphone to always. They were like, the badass Billy Gunn. So, had them say it. So, and that's basically what it was. And, they did
Raw.
Huh?
And that was Raw.
Yeah, are you ready? He said, oh yeah, get ready to catch my breath. And then Shawn was just like, look, if we're here for another 25 years, put us out of our misery.
Yeah, bro. Can you imagine them carting their old asses down there with some rollators?
No, first of all, in another 25 years, them men will be about 80 years old. There's no 80-year-old man need to be out there cross-chopping. Okay, at all.
Might I remind you that no 70-something-year-old man need to be in the ring profusely bleeding, but here we are in 2022.
Shawn said, "Put us out of our misery." Okay, take us out back, old Yeller. So, and that was Raw. So, look, Raw had some matches that had no heat, that really had no heat behind them, and
I really want somebody to kick Dominic's ass, but
yeah, I mean, you had some that had the heat. Then of course, Troy said, I feel like being Tony Khan today. Let's just bring back this.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what happened. So, but overall, from what I saw, I give Raw a thumbs up tonight. I enjoyed the season premiere. I enjoyed seeing Brock back. I enjoyed seeing the Good Brothers back.
Good Brothers.
Yeah, I wished main event had a little bit more heat. I enjoyed the open segment with obviously the Bloodline because they're just great.
Sami Zayn.
The only thing is, like I said, just the other matches, there wasn't no heat behind a lot of these matches, so it just kind of felt like, but I still get a thumbs up. How you feel about it, Q?
I'm giving it a thumbs up.
Okay, yeah,
it was definitely a good. It was a good episode.
So you gotta make sure you go back and see that see them Bloodline segments, baby girl.
I'll go check them out.
So
yeah, man, you're not acting real oozy right now.
You really not. So you gotta take it off.
Hey yo, shut the fuck